Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, sorry. It's been a while that I've uploaded. I just want to make a quick intro to this video. Um, this video we recorded a couple of weeks ago. It's at Indy. It's the weekend after four-way, but unfortunately, I'm just not getting to it. So check out the video, and we'll catch up here in a minute. It is Friday. I'll be honest, I haven't got to do much with the cars this week. It's been a really tough week, as you can tell. Holidays and whatnot. So today my boy's gonna go racing with us. So I got a lot of things to get ready. I gotta charge. I'm gonna go ahead and charge all my batteries. So like that, when we get to the track, we're ready to go. It's really important for me because I want my son to get some warm-up laps. He doesn't go race as much as he usually, like I would usually go. So he needs to kind of warm up into it. So we'll try to give him as most practice laps as we can. All right, as always, we're gonna go ahead and take the Techline sprint car again. I did confirm with Will; he does have some pistons he's willing to sell me, so we're gonna grab those. Obviously, for sure, we're gonna take the late model. I know there was a couple of posts about guys bringing their late models and run, and you know it was Silky's favorite class, so we went ahead and print out a sticker for him. Yeah, I can't wait, man. It's gonna be awesome. So we're also gonna go ahead and take the street stock, and then we're gonna take the Mud Boss, which we have up there. So yeah, so I'm not really sure what my boy's gonna want to drive. So we're gonna go ahead and take both. It's up to him. Kevin has pretty much lent us that street stock for us to race. So it's gonna be kind of tough with 4 cars because if I race 2, I kind of want to keep diving into the sprint car, trying to get it better. Hopefully the pistons will work. But it is what it is. We're there to have some fun, make some laps. So. All right, real quick with the late model, we did some practice laps, kind of filling out the diff. It was a little rough, but we're just going to go ahead and send it and leave it as is. All right, guys, we're going to end up starting off here with the sprint car. We made a couple of laps in my son's car, let him run about half a battery. As you can see, the tracks is up there. So he's running the Mud Boss, not the street stock. So ultimately, going out there, the car had a lot of turn-in. So we're going to kind of, instead of making a drastic change on the springs, we're going to go ahead and change our roll center. So we lengthen the right front camber link. It's kind of one of our to-go-to deals. As you notice, we go back and forth with that. Sometimes we'll raise the inner, sometimes lower the outer, or raise the outer. So it's just something that we always tinkering with, and I'll try to get further into with that. So the car seemed to be really loose. So next I start changing out the springs on the rear. I opted to go with a red spring on the right rear, and then kind of help it lay over a little bit. I know that's kind of reverse of what we've been trying to do, but I'm trying to get the tire to plant down and hold side grip. So ultimately we do end up switching over to red on the right rear. All right, so next you'll see me, I'll switch over to the front. I'll pull the springs back out. Well, not back out. I pull the springs, the bottom of the shocks off in the front. And what I'm going to do is trying to allow more transfer of weight to the rear. So I'm going to increase my droop on the front shock. So one of the fastest ways to do it is to unloosen the eyelids on the bottom. Now you got to be careful a little bit because sometimes if you do too long, then the shaft becomes longer than your bodies, and it'll start going into your shock caps. Depending if you have bladders or not, it can start damaging them. So I think I'll go down about 1 millimeter. I'll use my calipers just to double check. Both of them are the same length. And we'll put them back together. Now, another thing that I'll do at the last minute, I decided to go ahead and put a green spring on the left rear to give me some more forward bite. Yeah, grip came back up. I got the springs on the wrong side now.
20 seconds, driver. Left rear, down 2 turns.
All right, after a couple of laps, you can hear me say
Right front.
the grip came back up, and then at that point, the car's pushing really hard. So we have our setup wrong. So we should have had the green spring on the right rear, and then maybe the red on the right, or 2 greens. Either way, we got the setup wrong. We got too much side bite and too much left rear. So obviously, when we give it throttle, we're pushing bad. So bring it in, let Kevin make adjustments, and as soon as he makes the adjustments, it's time to go. The buzzer goes off, so we'll start making laps.
One down, 3 to go. Steve Price out front, 49.404. Green man in 2, Millen in 3. Start routing up the rest of the field. For a high lap of this race, belongs to Steve Price. Back on lap 14, 3 laps to go. He's dropped across for 18 now. He's running late for 18. Green man now out front. 3/10 of a second ahead to Steve Price.
With the wing back, 2 holes.
Even now a little bit of a longer lap, Price is pretty close to setting a new personal best. Just 1 lap off it. His current best is 49.404. He's on 48.402. He can find that time back. Get a little bit faster. He's got 2 minutes to do it. He can set a new personal.
I say back, let's scoot it back, right? Scoot it back, not forward.
Green man and Price switching spots. 1 and 2 right now. They're super close together on time. 4/10 of a second this time by.
Get back in your groove. We good.
All right, so after a few laps, we start racing. I hear the buzzer, the counter going off, and I'm thinking it's counting my car. And here shortly you'll find out that it's not. So we're going. I'm thinking the car's counting, and then I know that Will comes in because he's talking to his pit guy, making adjustments, whatever. So okay. And I know sometimes the timer depends on how you start stuff is off. So I'm running it out. So Will's in there for a little bit. We make laps, and the announcer goes back and gives the rundown on who's where, and I'm still dead last. As you can see, Kevin will look, and he'll walk over to the monitor to see where we're at, and my car's not counting, and he'll tell me to pull off. There's 2 ways to look at this. We got some run time, we got some kind of feel for the car, but at the same time, it would have been nice to hear from the announcer guy that we weren't counting. So we pull off.
You're up about 30 seconds.
Hey, I had this thing on the shelf.
Noel Russell completes 12.
Hey! You can't stay off the driving stand.
Did it count?
No?
We got a bunch of weird
All right, drivers, be careful. Randy, 1 minute. Now.
Oh, hey, I probably didn't plug it in because it has the from last week.
Is that Noel? Go ahead and drop it down.
Hey, Kevin.
It's not.
Hey,
It's not picking up the transponder at all.
Right front, full turn.
All right, up next we have the late model, and as you can see, the RD is telling us to come around so we can pretty much put us in the system, make sure the transponder is reading. After a second attempt, it's not reading, and then it hits me why they're not counting. And probably the same problem was wrong with the sprint car is that last week at four-way it takes a different transponder, and I'm pretty sure I forgot to plug it back in. So Kevin does his best, plugs it back in, and off to the races.
This is our last race of the round. Late model on track right now. I am picking you up down well.
All right, so obviously we get a little late start. We're almost a lap down. We might have started just on time at the end of the timer, I'm not sure, but we didn't get to do any adjustments or anything. Kind of filling the car out. You can tell it's kind of wiggly here and there, but it's starting to put some heat in the tires and it starts going. I pull aside a little bit for Will. He was behind me. And right after that, the announcer says that I'm in second, so we were pretty much racing for positions. So I wasn't really sure where I was at. I let him go by, let him have the spot, so we're trying to catch up, so it's go time.
Overall out lap. Does belong to the Eagle. He's sitting at about 6 laps to go on lap 11. He's 4.79. Currently running towards pretty close to a new personal best. His personal is 49.401. He's like 49.404. Careful in turn 2. High out 2. High out 2. High out 2.
Oh.
High out 2. 2's clear. That's 2 down, 2 to go. Halfway there. Driver's halfway here. It's down to well out front, followed by Wayne Eagle into 2. Whitty into 3. Bryce in 4. Richards rounding out your top 5. You got Roy or Harrington and Black rounding out the rest of the field. 4 and 5. That's your Steve, Bryce, and Richards. They're 1 second apart. Now half second apart this time by on lap 22. Careful in turn 1. So 4 and 5, super close right now. Last time by was 1/10 of a second. So they're fighting for position for 4 and 5. Noel out front, he's on a new personal best. His current's 44.4 flat. He's on 48.404. So he's got this thing booking now. Looks like he's going pretty tight, pretty consistent. He's about 1/10 of a second off that hot lap, though. He's on a 4.82. Engel still holding it. He set that back on lap 11. And 32 laps to go now, or 22 laps to go now, 4.79. Careful in 1, careful in 1, go low in 1, low in 1, low in 1. Turn 1 clear.
Sorry, Steve.
That was your marshal or your leader that was upside down for so long there. Let's see what happens. Oh, it wasn't Noel. Not sure who that was.
All right, we start getting going pretty good. We catch up to Will. He got tied up in traffic. After that, it's just really, the car's still a little loose, feels, but it's going good. We're making some forward bite. The biggest thing we have to deal with is traffic. No matter how fast your car is, if you are one of the fastest one and you got a good pace, you're always going to come up on traffic, and it's really just how you handle it. It's got to be smart, and we try to work our way through the traffic as best as we can, so it turned out to be pretty good.
Harrington, you're done. So everybody's final lap. Black, you're done. Eagle, you're done. Richards, Serta, everybody's done. Serta takes the win and sets EQ on 48.402, setting a new personal best. Followed by
All right, right after round 1, we get diving right into it. We grab ourselves a snack, pull the rear springs off, and then after that, we dive into the rear suspension. We pull the D block off. which holds the hinge pins for the back side of the hinge pins for their arms, the rear arms. And what we're going to do is going to go ahead and lengthen the car overall chassis. So what we do is there's spacers in between the front and rear arms, and what we're going to do is go ahead, put the majority of the spacers on the front side of the arm on both sides. So like that, it lengthens the overall chassis. So what that's going to do is take some of the initial turn out of it and help loosen it off. So lengthening the wheelbase overall slows down the transition of the weight. So now there won't be so much forward bite, ultimately making it lose traction. So it helps the rotation coming out on throttle. All right, as soon as we get done with the suspension, or at least on the wheelbase, we're going to go ahead and flip-flop the springs. So now we're going to put the green spring on the right rear and the red on the left rear. So that's going to, since the traction came back up, we don't want that much side bite. So we're going to go ahead. The green spring should let the tire brake loose a little bit longer and it help rotate the car around, and give in with the red spring, we'll give some of that forward bite out. And the front end, we're pretty much just going to take the droop back out. We don't need it with the grip coming out of the track, so put it back where it was.
Mark, Cliff Gilmore in 3, Mike at 4, 5, then he's got Garrett Lucky rounding out the rest of the field.
Do you think you need to go and stick for spring on that? Where? That's what I was kind of thinking. Go reds?
It squats so hard.
Well, yeah.
You go greens.
Greens? You think the track's that grooved up to put greens?
After me, right?
I'm after you on that, yeah. You think it's that grooved up I need to put greens?
It's going to be more grooved up than what it was.
Okay. All right, so quick conversation, and obviously Kevin can see something a little bit better than what I can. I knew the car was squatting pretty hard and it was taking a little longer to get around the turns. So we're going to go off his recommendation. I trust him. That's why we work together so well. Go ahead and just change it to greens since the track is grooving up. The good thing is all I brought was harder compound tires for both cars. I'm running low on tires that have glued up. I don't want to open up fresh packs just to burn them up. So we'll change them out and try next round. Take it easy on me.
I was going to tell you that. Take it easy on me.
All right, Jarvis, looks like I have my marshals in place. This way's going to take me inside of 1 and 2. One minute starts now.
Tight off. Hey, left rear. Kevin, toe. No?
No check from Riley Weimer. Riley, this is your race. 20 seconds left in warm-up. Track inside. This is race number 6 in 5E1 and 2 on the track now. Race number 7, 10-5, P2-2. You're up next. About 4 minutes. Get your cars ready. Start making your way to the track now.
I got it, don't worry.
He guided you to the outside.
It doesn't matter if I go inside or outside. It's every time. That's Will. That's the game.
Oh, that will?
Yeah.
Will. All right, round 2 sprint car. Now, since the last round we weren't able to do any laps, we weren't counting. We got the transponder plugged in. We're counting. We're doing good. Made a couple of mistakes in the beginning, but the good thing is there's only 3 cars, so we have plenty of time to make up. Try to run as many laps as possible, as fast as possible. So hopefully we can get this TQ.
$220 down, a little more to go. It's third out front now on 48.402. That's good enough to move him up to 7th, second overall. He's up 7 spots on the running order. Tony in the 2 on 41.404 with Eagle in the 3. And Riley, unfortunately, early exit from him. Holding down the last spot, number 4. Eagle still holds the hot lap. He reset it back on lap 22 with a 4.72.
All right, so we're doing pretty good. We're trying to run as consistent as possible. We're not the fastest on the track, as you can tell. We are running 10.5 spec, blinking mode on the ESC. We could add timing. There's nobody really checking, but we're running this honest, and we're doing pretty good. So obviously, we're not the fastest on the track. We're not setting lap records, but we're the most consistent. I think where it really matters is in the turns, as you can tell. We gained some ground in the turn, so we make a couple of mistakes at the end, but ultimately we reset the TQ. Tires are kind of fading out, so you can see me kind of slipping and sliding towards the end, but good enough to reset the TQ, so we'll take it.
Well, you're done. That's race. Noel takes win, resets TQ with 49.405. Tony in the 2, Eagle in the Queens. You need to get to the hobby shop, pay your open held invoices. You completed all your rounds 1 and 2 marshal and race duties. No means will be run until all invoices have been paid. Jeremy Woody, this is your race. And I have marshals in place, so 1 minute warm-up starts now. 30 seconds. And track is hot, track is hot. This is our last race, qualifying race of the round. Leave on the track down. You are chasing that TQ, that Noel Serta, 7 round 1, 48, 402. One down, 3 to go. It's Eagle, Serta, Harrington, 1, 2, 3, all basically on new TQ bases. You've got Richardson 4, Price 5, Whitty 6, Black 7. Serta and Eagle now 1 and 2, 6 tenths of a second apart. Now 1 tenth of a second apart. Both running real hard, trying to stay out front, set that new TQ pace. They're leave off last night. Harrington into 3, Richardson 4. Hot lap belongs to Serta. He's on 11. He's on 20 now. So 9 laps to go. 4.71. Currently, right now, he is 1 lap faster than his personal best, 48.401. He just slides into number 1 right now. 3 tenths of a second above Eagle, who's also on a 49 lap pace, 49.402. Both of those are chasing that TQ spot. Both can take it. Both hunt for it. Both want it. Two minutes down, 145 to go. Serta, Eagle, Harrington, Richards, 1, 2, 3, 4. Serta and Eagle still real close. They're a half second apart this last time by on lap 28. Serta still holding that hot lap 4.71. But him and Eagle are running pretty consistent 4.9s. And their average lap right now.
All right, late model round 2. Not very much to talk about. Great race. Car's a little loose. Tires are starting to fade out a little bit. Biggest thing I want to point out is sportsmanship. Came up on the wheel. I was a little bit faster in the turns, as you can tell. Car is not underpowered, but we couldn't use it all with the groove being so small. So I did get into him. That was my bad. I let him go by. I let him straighten back up, and then we continue the race. But I beat him to the turn. A few laps later, I did kind of door him, but it was a square up pass on the inside. I beat him to the turn. Now, if he would have turned sideways or something, I would have let up and let him have his spot back, and then we'll go back at it. But it was a clean pass, a little rough, but we'll take it. And overall, it was a great race.
30 seconds to go, and still the race between Serta and Eagle, 8 tenths of a second now, coming in the last few laps. Richardson, Harrington, 3 and 4, real close there, 1 tenth of a second, 3 and 4. You've got Price, Whitty, and Black rounding out the rest of the field. 15 seconds to go, though, 7th tenth between Serta and Eagle. It's going to come down to the wire on those two on who gets that new TQ spot. They're pushing each other to try to go faster each time by. Both of them are set new personal bests. Next time, drivers, two run your hot laps. They're called up by name. Richards, Whitty, actually everybody's done. That's a race. Serta takes the win, resets TQ at 49.401, Eagle to 2, Harrington into 3, Richards, Whitty, Price, and Black rounding out the rest of the field. Drivers, if you haven't already, make your way to the hobby shop now. Start paying your invoices.
All right, so round 2 went very well. We continue to be TQ. We got TQs on both. So we're predicting for the track to be even more grooved up, as it always does. So we're kind of shooting for the fences. We're going to go ahead and change the shock positions on the rear. I drop it down one hole so it can give me a better split, meaning the ride height difference between the front and the rear will be around 3 millimeters. So that should help it turn in. And now this is us thinking that the track is going to get even more grooved up. After that, we go ahead and go to the springs. The springs, we're going to go ahead and change them to gray on the left rear and purple on the right rear. And this is trying to get the squat out of the car. Again, thinking that the track is going to get grooved up even more. So the track grooves up more, the more it's going to lay over, have bigger side bind. But unfortunately, that won't be the case. All right, for the late model was really good, but we're just still trying to perfect it. I mean, it's always the little things that we're trying to do to just get a little bit better. We go ahead and decided to shorten up the right front camber link, trying to get it to move a little faster, help to get it around the track. And then obviously after we move that camber link in, we have to readjust our camber. So we'll set that back up. Next is the rear left shock. We drop it down one hole, and the reason why we drop it down a hole is because when the car's laying over so hard, its body roll to the right, it tends to want to pick up the left rear. So in order to give it more droop in the left rear, we drop it down one hole so like that the shock can extend. We'll have more travel per se. Of course, we have to reset our ride height because now we're jacking up the left rear up. So that was our thoughts going into the track, and you'll see we missed it.
Oriano, Joe, you broke. That sucks, man. Seconds to grid. If you need a minute, call it down. 1 minute. 1 minute has been called. No other minutes may be called. 120 to grid.
You want some turn out of it?
Yeah.
Right front, one turn. Go up on the right rear, one turn. Right here, too much, huh?
It's just gonna get worse.
All right, let's go ahead and close that back straight. Set up the grid. It'll be Noel Sir to the 1, Green Man to the 2, Gildner to the 3, Sides to the 4, Price to 5.
I'm gonna sign up.
To the 6.
I'm gonna sign up as a brown man. Yeah, I know. This guy he don't do no restarts.
Let's keep it clean 2 and through those first 2 turns. Turns 1 and 2. No rubbing, bumping, or racing. No sound and tone. Drivers, go ahead and get rolling.
All right, aiming for the sprint car. Put a lot of work into the car. Car's been doing good. We've been progressing, and as soon as we start making hot laps, I already know we went a little bit too far with the car. I can automatically tell that the track did not groove up how we anticipated for it to groove up.
Go
it
ahead.
felt like the track had like a light mist or a slight dust on it. Even though they just blew it off, I could feel it. And as time progresses, the track just gets worse. We had a good chance. We kind of got tapped, spun out a little bit, couldn't recover from it, and we kind of just struggled for the rest of the race. So at this point, it is what it is. We'll try to make some good laps out of it, try to get some practice in, and just do the best we can for the situation.
If you were charging a battery in the shop, please make your way to the hobby shop now and get your battery. It's 1:30 down, 2:30 to go. Green man out front, followed by Gilder 2, Seisman 3, Eagle into 4. Serta, Young, and Price rounding out the rest of the field. It's a half-second gap between Gilder and Green man, though, for that 1 and 2 spot. Gilder holds a high lap of 4.5. He did on lap 18. He's on 22 now, just cross for it. Front straight, careful. Size equal to that 3 and 4 spot. They're half the second part as well. And then you've got Cordero and Serta. Serta down to the 5 now. They're 2/5 in the second part. So there's some tight races all over the track right now. Gilder took that top spot away from Green Man. Currently on 51.403. 2:30 down, 1:30 to go. Race number 10 is Tree Stock. Hey man, you're up at about a minute. But it's making your way to pit lane now. It's also the same amount of time that's left on the master clock in this race right now. Gilder out front. 2 seconds up on Green Man. So Green Man can still sneak up in there for that number 1 spot. Eagle into 3, Size and 4. It's 1.1 seconds between Eagle and Size for that number 3 and 4 spot. And now the gap between Gilder and Green Man is 1.6 seconds, 40 seconds remaining on the master clock. Serta to 5, Cordero to 6, and unfortunately early exit with Price. He's in grid, number 7. 30 seconds to go, drivers. Gilder's still in that 4.51. He's set on lap 18. He's on 44 now. Just crossed 45. 20 seconds. Less than 5. Next time the cross will be done. Size, you're done. Green Man, you're done. Eagle, you're done. Everybody's done now. Maurice Gilder takes the win, followed by Green Man in 2, Eagle into 3, Size in 4, Serta in 5, and Joel Serta in 1. Will Eagle into 2. Roy Harrington in 3. Richards in 4. Jeremy Woody in 5. Steve Price in 6. Serta, Eagle, Harrington, Richards, Woody, Price.
I don't have any brake.
Remember, drivers, just keep it clean to and through turns 1 and 2. No rubbing, bumping, or racing until the sound of the tone. Go ahead and get them rolling.
Sounds like it's slipping.
Air 1. Turn 1 clear. Air 1. 3's clear.
Is that Silky driving?
One down, 3 to go. Will Eagle outrun at 52.403. Roy Harrington in 2, third in 3, Woody in 4, and Steve Richards rounding out your top 5. Steve Price rounding out the active cars on the track. Fast lap overall belongs to Harrington on lap 15, which he just crossed. He's about to hit 16 down soon, 4.63. He's trying to chase down Eagle. He's got a lot of time to make up to do it. Meanwhile, Serta right behind him, 1.2 seconds.
Come on, Roy, drive that thing. Man. Good job, bro. Sorry, dude.
2 down, 2 to go. It's still Wingle out. Wingle. Will Eagle out front on the 1. Roy Harrington in 2. Serta in 3. Whitty in the 4. Steve Richards rounding out your top 5. Serta though, hunt down Harrington. Oh, just took over Harrington for that number 2 spot. Hunt down, Eagle down. He's got a lot of time to make up and a minute 40 to do it. He's currently cruising at a 4.6, average of 5.2 though, so he's going to bring that average time down if he has a chance to beat Eagle. Eagle's averaging right now 4.9, keeping it pretty steady. May not be the fastest lap, but it's the consistent fastest lap out there. Currently on pace.
All right, guys, there you have it. As you can see, the race turned out to be kind of bad, but then we did really good, TQ'd, and then we missed the setup. I think if I had different tires, it would have helped me out. And hindsight is easy to look at it and say, if I did this, if I did that. But at the end of the day, we just, we missed the track. We'll put this out there. My boy got to run. He hadn't get to race in a while. He did really, really good. Super proud of him. So obviously that was kind of priority. We didn't get to change anything in the shocks of the car. We did get the pistons from Will and a couple extra little parts to try out. But at the end of the day, we just missed the setup. And I could have easily not posted this video, but I didn't want to just show the good. There's ups and downs to it, and then we missed it. I mean, at the end of the day, we just missed it, and we came unprepared from not having my transponders hooked up to not bringing enough tire, and then maybe being too aggressive with the setup. At the end of the day, it's a learning curve. This is what we're doing. This is what we're here for. I didn't make it in the video, but me and Kevin were just talking about, let's send it. And I mean, yeah, we want to win. We want to win even the club races, but at the end of the day, we're there for practice and learning. I haven't raced sprint car in a while, and this being a different car that I haven't raced in a really long time, I think we'll get the car set up ready, and we'll probably take it to Chili Bowl and have it ready just in case we want to enter. I've always run 3 classes, but I'm kind of looking forward to just running 2. We'll see what happens. We have the tires and everything. But yeah, I just wanted to put this video. It's after Christmas. It's the day after Christmas, actually. So Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope everyone had safe, travels if you went anywhere. Over here, it's gotten really cold. There's a lot of personal things that have been going on in my life. Nothing bad, just a lot of things happening at one time in this month. As you can see, your boy got married over the weekend, so that was one blessing, and a lot of other things. So I wanted to post this video up. I want to be transparent about everything we've done. I hope y'all like everything that we've been doing. I've been trying my best to explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And, we can always make it better. But to this point, this is what we're doing. It is only a couple of weeks from Chili Bowl. And as you can see, both cars are still in the same state as I left them at the end of that race. I just not been able to touch it. I've been able to touch this video onto today. So it's been an all-day process. It's not a lot of editing, but it's just time consuming with the voiceovers and adding the music. But overall, that day was great. We got to race. A lot of late models showed up in honor of Silky. Between then and now, we got to go to his memorial and just kind of reflect on all the good times. It was great to see a bunch of people out there to this day, we still miss our boy Silky. As you notice, I did have a sticker in the front of that car, and then I even I made some sweaters for my boy. We'll talk more about it this weekend. This video is already getting about an hour long, so I just wanted to upload again, say we're back. It's crunch time, so the next videos you'll see might be some ideas about the race that we have coming up, which is Chili Bowl. But the biggest thing I'm worried about now coming up is Silky's race, which if you're on Facebook, you might have seen it going around. There is, by the time this video is loaded, I'm going to try to create a Facebook page called Noe's Daily Driven. And if not, you can find me on Instagram for sure. But check it out on Facebook. It's called Noe's Daily Driven. I'll start posting more about on there, possible merchandise to probably help support Lee. You know, it was an instant thing, and trying to help the family out. So, but keep on a lookout out. I appreciate all the comments, all the new subscribers. We're almost there to 200. I mean, we're at 170 plus, but about a couple weeks ago, we were only at 100. So that's awesome. Thank you for all the comments. This is all transparent. I have nothing to hide, nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Just want to grow the community. So thank y'all for watching. Y'all be look out for the next videos. They're coming. It's Chili Bowl time, so y'all be ready. See y'all next time.